Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mystic Hawk YouTube channel. My name is Marty and I am the mouthpiece for the Mystic Hawk Collective. I hope everybody can hear me. So I'm out in the woods again at work in a beautiful spot. I've got the sage going, not only to clear the space, but to keep the mosquitoes off of me. It is the time of year, so this is not only good for repelling spirits, it repels mosquitoes as well. Wonderful. So yes, welcome. I am going to be doing readings. I do still do personal readings. However, keep in mind I won't be pulling from the tarot. I use what I'm going to be using today is medicine cards and the crystal, this wonderful crystal deck. It has all the different minerals and crystals in it and lots of advice on the back of the card. I really love these. I'm sticking with everything Mother Nature right now. I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos, but I'll briefly explain to you that I have been instructed by my guides, because just for me, I'm not, whatever anybody else does is what they do, but for me, I've been instructed by my guides not to use the tarot cards at this current time, because the symbols in the tarot, especially the ones like the Rider-Waite and all the very traditional ones, they're highly charged right now, and usually tarot cards are neutral, but right now they're being particularly charged. So let's say by less positive forces. The dark side, maybe. You know what I'm saying? They're just being charged up, so be aware of that. There's certain symbols in each and every card that are actually certain people, okay? I can't say it. I can't on YouTube. Just be careful. But I didn't want to completely quit doing the readings. That would defeat the purpose. Yes, I needed a bit of a break. I needed a bit of time to readjust and retool. But I figured out a way outside of the box to still bring readings to you guys. So I'm so glad to be back and be talking to you. And of course, you'll still get the channeled information, which is pretty much what you got from reading the cards. I just went along with the pictures I saw, and then it came off the top of my head. I want to introduce you to one of the wonderful little crystals that I found on my dig. This is a nice little Isis crystal, Isis spirit crystal. The spirit crystals, I don't know if you can see the little baby crystal. See those little bumps? Might be too close. See if I can get it to focus. Doing my best. Anyway, and also this is not just an Isis spirit crystal, but if you can see the little inclusion on the inside, that's what I call a Patronus crystal. It's not quite a phantom, but I really feel like this is a spirit protector crystal, and I'm going to get a pendant made out of it and wear it, or make a pendant myself. So I'm going to turn this into a pendant, and unfortunately I haven't been able to go back to Hot Springs and to dig some more crystals, because first my truck broke down and then we went into a shutdown the minute my truck got back on the road. That was frustrating because I was so looking forward. Excuse my coughing, it's the sage. Anyway, I was so looking forward to getting more crystals, but I will very soon. And some of the crystals and the power jewelry that I'm going to be making is going to be for sale. So yay! Okay. Let's see, anything else I want to talk about? Just a really quick recap about how to deal with your future self. I'm going to say, people, if you can develop a relationship with your future self, believe me, you can save your own ass so many times coming up, because the energies that we're coming into now, you really have to intuitively navigate them. And if you have a connection to your future self who has already been there, done that kind of stuff, as we say, well, can you imagine if you could tell your past self, hey, don't do that, or hey, you should go buy that lottery ticket with those numbers today instead of blowing it off? Probably nothing like that. It's just a big overblown example. But if you could do something, you may not be able to change your past, but actually you can, but we won't go that deep right now. But anyway, let's just say that your future self can influence you and be able to give you messages. But the problem is that it's not that your future isn't talking to you, is that you've got to learn to listen to how your future self talks to you by first being the future, okay? Being in the present moment and becoming your own future self. So go back and talk to your past. So I talked about that a lot more in depth in another video. I'll go into it more if you would like for me to, but basically you go back about a year to all the turning point moments, or even further back if you want, and just start talking to yourself. Okay, you may not have listened to yourself. Don't get frustrated. Don't judge. Don't hate on yourself. Now, the first thing you really have to do that I didn't cover in the last video is to reach out to your highest potential future self. And a lot of you may want to say the one with the big house and the big car. Oh no, that's not your happiest self. I'm talking about your happiest self, the one that is well-being. That might be for a few of you, and that's good. That's all good. But really, those things, the material abundance, actually would come a lot easier if that's something you choose to have. Once you get to that place, will flow to you so much easier if you're in a place of being well balanced, very centered, in your 0 point energy, in your space of being able to listen to your future self. Because remember, your future self is also asking for its higher future, and eventually you make it all the way to your higher self. So that's how, through this chain to these future selves, you can actually have a direct connection to your higher self. A lot of people say it's that way. Well, yes, it is, but I also see it's easier for some people to do it through time, if you're so inclined to do that, and you work through your own timeline. You change your own timeline by having conversations with your future self that gives you nudges to do this or that. And trust me, I had an incident just not too long ago. Hey, you need to look into something. You need to try something. And come to find out, oh yes, that didn't work. I wouldn't have gotten to participate in something I really wanted to do had I not listened and followed through with the instructions. Oh, that didn't work. I have to talk to people, have to find another way around, another solution. And I'm so very glad. There's many, many times where I did listen to my future self. Now, before I won't go too much longer into this, but what I do want to tell you guys, once you practice it for a month, it doesn't have to be that far out. Once you keep talking to your past self, you'll start hearing your future for a week ahead, a month ahead, however far. So you'll start getting little nudges. So just play with it, give it a try. So okay, that's that. I know I ran through that real fast. You may have to go back and listen to it, skip ahead, whatever you need to do if you don't want to hear about it, but that is one of the keys that you're going to need. Remember, I told you, I'm not just going to be reading cards for people, for just reading cards anymore. I'm going to try to give you some really important life skills, how to navigate through these coming times. So there you go, a little bit on the future self there. And now, on to your reading. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for May 2020. I don't know if I said it there, everybody, but Cancer, May 2020. Well, when I was tuning in to what nature was doing as I was pulling your cards, I also really this is actual real outside. You can see the sun speckles on my face. This is where I work. And what I was hearing were blue jays. The blue jays were really going off during your reading. Over here, sounds like a cardinal too. But blue jays. Okay, cardinal. He's insisting, so we're going to shift over. Number one, blue jays, there might be some little, the first thing the blue jay was doing, it was in this argumentative mode, bah, 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 like that, and then he shifted over and started talking really pretty. So there may be some little arguments going on. Again, people are feeling pent up and locked into certain situations. I'm feeling that, maybe feeling frustrated, having little arguments and trying to smooth things over. Now this very loud cardinal that's above us, singing to us right now, the cardinal talks about vitality and life force, that red energy. It's very a vibrant, a virile kind of energy, and it's about Whatever you're thinking about, especially as you're listening to this, as this bird is coming through to you right now, it's going to be 2 weeks. 2 weeks is usually a 2-week rotation. So it's giving you a timing element of 2 weeks in the future. So you might want to start connecting with your future self 2 weeks ahead. I would suggest that. Do that little exercise I did at the beginning. If you want to know more about it, put something in the comment. If you guys want to know more about it, let me know, and I'll make a longer video, perhaps even live, and be able to answer your questions. So, the first card we have here for you, Cancer, is the Otter. This is wonderful feminine energy. It's the playful spirit. They're so happy. I don't know if you've ever seen nature videos or actually seen otters play by the river, but they just have so much fun. They're just so full of life. They're like the inner children of the animal world. So and very sleek and little coquette, little feminine energy. So that's where you're coming from in the past. This is the energy that you're leaving. And this would be perhaps the past self that you want to reach out to and connect to. It says, the Otter, laugh at your antics. Laugh at your antics. Balance work and play, or else you get to be like the bitchy blue jay, right? Oops, and I said the B word. Oopsie. They're gonna tell people I said bad words on here and not put up. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe this video, because I said one little bad word. I'm serious. That's how YouTube is. Anyway, balance work and play, and reclaim your vulnerability. Again, the feminine side, being vulnerable, like the inner child, being open, playful, sharing with others. The next card we have is the Busy Beaver. The Busy Beaver. He's the builder. He's the doer. He's the creator. He's the one that gets her done. He's the old get her done feller there. And it says, make today count. Build toward manifesting your dreams and goals. So a lot of people are in that present self position, really reaching out to the future self, whether you know you are or not. You actually are. You're really reaching out to that future self and building goals, making plans, doing what you can now, even if you feel a little stuck where you may be, setting it in motion to build towards your goals. Now they do want to give you a little warning. It says, be patient. Ant came up, either actual ants or ants and cards, just about every one except for the last one for Gemini, or maybe even Gemini. It's like, we got to be patient, people. Really, during these days and times, it's really stressing having some patience. So there it is, the ant. Patience. And with that patient, the ant can, like they say, move the rubber tree plant. Actually, little ants like this one, this is representing those stripping ants. I forgot what they're called, but they can strip, a whole colony of ants can strip an entire tree of their leaves in like a day or two. I mean, just totally rip them apart and build their nest out of a whole tree. And that's terrible for the trees. The trees are like, oh no, you didn't just say that. Yes, I did. Yeah. So again, it's about having patience. And if you have patience, and if you stay focused on one task at a time, one step at a time, you will be able to build your empire. And don't forget to balance work and play. Have a little fun. It ain't all work, okay? So that's what they're saying to Cancers. Let's see if I can't make this a little bit brighter for you guys. Hold on a minute before I get to the next card. There we go. Alright. See, I'm losing my light outside. It was a little brighter earlier in the day, but I'm on the side of the hill where once the sun goes down, it gets dark. So, the crystal card, the first crystal card we have for Cancers, is agate. And agate is a banded chalcedony, okay. I don't know all these terms. I did my best. It comes in many forms: elegant blue lace agate and iridescent fire agate are two. Each agate has its own unique vibe, but they all promote the energy of wherever you are, be there. So talking about be there now. Excuse me. And who needs it? Work-life balance strugglers. Again, balance work and play. That work-life balance situation that you need to go into. So basically, I think Cancers, you're overworking yourself. You need to play more. Maybe a few of you are playing too much and not working enough, but I really feel like it's work, 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 work. You know what I'm saying? All the time, gotta work. You gotta calm it down. It says when to use it. When you want to get into your body. Try fire agate. When you're having too much screen time, okay? And a lot of us are, because what else do we have to do but be in the house and have too much TV, too much computer, too much Facebook, too much social media of whatever kind. It says, and you feel disconnected. So trying to be connected on the screen can actually make you feel disconnected. That's why you need to come outside and sit your butt down on the ground, Cancer. Go outside and sit on the ground, literally. Sit your butt on the ground or on a rock on the ground. That's what I'm doing. I'm sitting on a rock bench that's connected to the earth. So I am grounded while doing these readings. It says, if you have been feeling connected from anything but the slightest bit echo, as in the ecology, try the far from aptly named moss agate. That's the green agate. Which neither contains moss nor is technically an agate, but still can hold it down. I don't know whoever wrote this, but basically you need the agate to help to balance this. Is find your solid ground, and also the message is you need to go outside and ground and get a little bit more grounded. The next one we have is aquamarine. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Pretty aquamarine. It's a fancy type of blue beryl, and it's a powerful coolant for your head and your heart. Remember when I was talking about the blue jay? Getting a little fussy there, huh? Getting a little contentious, you or someone around you. Who needs it? Those who run hot fire signs. Could be fire signs. You may have some fire in your chart or be around a fire sign. Anybody hanging on to an unspoken burning desire. Keeping those to yourself, huh, Cancer? Well, it might be time to, if you want to cool it off, you can't get there, or some kind of blockage, you might want to use the aquamarine. Where do you want to put it? Nah, wherever you need to turn that whisper into a primal scream. Or if that's a little overly dramatic, wherever you want to speak clearly and calmly from your heart. So you put it where, you know, I would say in the heart chakra, throat chakra, where you need to speak clearly and calmly from your heart. When to use it? When you've lost your voice. When it's past time to let it go. Or when you're feeling a little too en fuego for quite polite company. Since that means you're a little too fiery for polite company. You just get on, you know, you just get on your soapbox, you tell people what you feel, you don't care, you know, that kind of situation. Ice yourself down with aquamarine's cold shower vibes. It's talking about keep your cool. So if the blue jay has been squawking about in your reality, a little bit of aquamarine, your own inner blue jay, not an actual bird, which they will do that actually, but helps you to cool off. If you're a little irritated, frustrated about situation, aquamarine's really great. Again, it's hard to go down the rock shop right now in these days and times, probably not open, but Etsy is open and you can still buy some online. Okay, there you go, Cancer. So aquamarine and agate, so to help you with your situation. Alright. So that's when you're feeling disconnected. You need to ground and cool off, okay? Ground and cool off. And what we have here is you need some more playtime. You're not playing enough. That's probably why you're feeling out of balance and a little fractious. You know, yes, you can do, you've been working. And before you lose your patience like the ant there, you might want to have a little bit of playtime, cool off, go outside, ground, sit your butt down on the ground. The work will still be there tomorrow. Be patient. Rome was not built in a day, Cancer. So there's your past, present, future. This is the one that talks to both of these guys. You first talk to the past self, and then your future self will start talking to you. Okay? There it is. Thank you, Cancer. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. If you want a reading, the information's down below. I will see you next time. Bye-bye now. See you, Cancer.